Let's be very clear, Paul, on the tax record. First of all, yes, we have created the lowest tax environment for business investment across the G7. That's one of the reasons we have the strongest employment growth in the G7. We cut taxes not just for big business, but we cut taxes many times for small business, and the NDP voted against that every single time. The reality is not only did these tax cuts help create jobs, but our tax revenues actually went up from the business sector. We've done the same thing for people. We have cut taxes across the board with a vast bulk of those tax breaks for middle and low-income Canadians. What the other guys want to do is they want to impose both on workers and on employers big hikes to payroll taxes, CPP taxes, EI taxes. Those things would kill jobs and they would hurt ordinary people.
Mr. Harper is once again eschewing the responsibilities that he has for the fact that he's had 8 successive deficits. We're right now the only G7 country in a recession, and wages are shrinking. He continues to try and tell people that we need to stay the course, but people at home know that we are not working, that this economy is not working for them. We need a fresh approach. We need an approach that understands that the way to create growth in the Canadian economy is to strengthen the middle class, to make sure that people have jobs and confidence and a capacity to spend and be sure about the future that they're building. Mr. Harper has continued to give tax breaks to the wealthiest, and that's not actually stimulated or helped our economy in anything. And that's why Canada is growing less and less fair. And that's what we need to focus on, because Canadians right across the country are looking for a change. They're looking for a better approach and a better plan for the economy. And that's exactly what the Liberal Party is putting forward.
Well, let's be clear. We have not only a balanced budget, we have the lowest debt levels in the G7 by a country mile. By far, we have by far the best fiscal situation going forward. All analysts concede that.
That's because of the
we are creating
decade of
jobs,
surpluses
and middle-class incomes, unlike in almost every other developed country, they are rising, and they are rising in significant part because of the tax breaks we've given to middle and low-income Canadians that the opposition parties have consistently voted against and that they want to reverse.
Here's a fact, Paul, that Canadians know, that back in 2008, Mr. Harper was misleading. He said that we were not in a recession. In fact, turned out we were in the worst recession since the 1920s. He's trying to hide the fact that we are in a deficit again. Every outside analyst agrees with that. The Parliamentary Budget Officer is categorical about that. It is 8 deficits in a row. It is $150 billion that he's added to the debt. And Mr. Harper's job creation record is the worst since the Second World War.
Mr. Mulcair, just again, clarification on the facts. The reality is that figures out of the Department of Finance show that so far this year we are substantially in surplus and, in fact, well ahead of our budget projections, and those are the real numbers, and our debt levels are way below other developed countries.